One lot, its own catalog. That's how important it is. And I can't think of many items in our heritage world of the millions of items that we've offered both online and live auctions where one lot gets its own catalog, its own session, everything else. This is how important this is. We talked about recently entertainment, how Hollywood, how TV becomes part of our fiber, kind of our American fabric. Because we all have ties. We kind of mark things, mark time in our lives. When we saw Jaws, when we saw Star Wars, when we saw All in the Family, when we saw MASH, and all of those things that happen in our lives during these shows, during these movies, during these franchise things. And they really become part of us. And this item is just that. They say when you become emotional about it, you buy in. And this is exactly what this offering is. It is directly from Mr. Alan Alda, and hopefully he's watching. Welcome, and welcome to everybody, wherever you're joining us from. Thanks for joining us here at Heritage Auctions, our world headquarters. Now, we did a pre-auction announcement just a little while ago. You may have tuned in for that. I'll give you a quick abbreviation. I'm a licensed auctioneer in the state of Texas. The terms and conditions are published on our website and on our catalog. John has our book, all of our internet bids on this, and there are several. And Emily will be taking bids from our Heritage Live. We also have folks who have flown in from out of town. Welcome to Heritage. Welcome to Dallas. I don't know where you're coming from, but enjoy the heat. It should get to 106, 107, so that's terrific. Here you get to experience that. Cut bids, those are half of our normal increment. I will walk you through that. There is a buyer's premium of 25%. Cut bidding, I will advance the bids about 10%. So if we're at 50,000 or 100,000, the next bid would be 110,000, 120. If you're getting to a point where you're thinking, gosh, I really want this, I think I can reach a little more, you can signal me and signal Emily with a cut bid. That will advance at half the normal increment, and you can do that just one time. So if you use your cut bid, and I'll make some suggestions along the way when that might be a good idea. Miss Vicky, she is sitting right there. You can call her if you have any admin issues with the sale, 214-409-3127. I'll pass along the Texas announcement. I'm just required to do that once per sale, so we'll call that done. Ladies and gentlemen, this is so exciting. If you joined us for the Commissar collection, you saw the big heritage sign, the MASH sign we offered. Let me say first off, MASH, after all these decades, is hot. It is white hot. Everyone wants to be a part of what MASH is, and we'll talk a little bit more. Right here are the combat boots. That's really the lead character, of course. That is Hawkeye Pierce wore every single show, every single episode, and that amounted to, Robert, 256 episodes, 256 episodes over 11 years. The finale where these shoes were worn still holds the record. Still holds the record. All the TV shows you think about still holds the record for the most viewed TV program ever. And you think about 106 million people. What was the population of the United States back in 1983? I don't know, 200, 220, 240. So you almost think about virtually half of America watched the finale of MASH. That's how much this show meant to people. This was a water cooler show. I think we know what that is. That's where people are chatting about it the next day. No one ever wanted to miss an episode, because if you missed it, you missed it, just like the Wizard of Oz, right? If you missed the show, that was it. So everyone tuned in all the time on these. A couple things about where the proceeds are going. Heritage is not making a penny on this, nor is Mr. Alda directly. Every single cent that is generated from the sale of these boots and the dog tags, and we'll talk more about that, goes to the, goes to the Alan Alda Center for Communicating Science. I think we're just required to do that once per sale, not once per. Okay. Oh, okay. I will. I'll make that announcement in a second. Thank you. Every single cent goes for the Center for Communicating Science, which Mr. Alda founded. That is in Stony Brook, New York, kind of where I'm from, out there on Long Island. If you want to keep up with Mr. Alda, he has a podcast right now called Clear and Vivid, so you can check that out. So that's more of that. But anyway, let's talk more about the boots and the dog tags. These boots, not only a great piece of TV and entertainment memorabilia, which of course many of you are after, but it represents, I think it represents the boots that people walk in to serve this country. And you can see the wear on them. They didn't spend a lot of time shining these shoes. And the dog tags are from real soldiers who served in a real war. That's what he wore around his neck. Obviously, there were not close-ups where you saw Hawkeye Pierce, but these were the real soldiers, Morris Levine, and of course, Hersey Davenport. Okay, so we wore those. We found out a little bit more about those guys. They died in 1970 and 72 respectively. So we thank their families for their service as well. Anyway, these shoes are just wonderful. A great piece of Hollywood, a great piece of sentimental memorabilia. I think one thing about MASH, and then I'll get to it, and you don't have to listen to me anymore, but I think this really, there were so many great issues tackled on this show with, again, really two main casts, right? We saw some characters come in and out, but they tackled real issues. They talked about real war at a time when our fathers were World War II and Korean vets, and our brothers were Vietnam vets. So this was right there at the heart of it. Just a fantastic show. A lot of great memories, folks. Again, all goes to charity, all goes to the Alan Alda Communications Center. And again, keep up with Mr. Alda on his podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, lot one, and the only one, the Alan Alda Benjamin Franklin Hawkeye piece, screen used dog tags in boots from MASH. We've seen it all. Let's get started, John.
37,000.
38,000 out of 40,000, now 42, 44, now 46, now 46, 46, 48, now to go to 50. Round it to 50, I've got 55, now to bid 60,000. 60,000, 65, now 70,000, now to go to 70. 65, now 70,000, I'm at 65, now 70 grand. 65, now 70,000. 65, now 70,000. Anybody at $70,000? I'm at 65. Remember the cut bid is 67.5. You want to do that? He does. 70,000 to top, that's okay. We can talk about it. I'm at 70,000 now to go to 75. 70,000 now, $75,000. I'm at 79, I'm at 75,000. Anybody beyond? I'm at 70,000 now, $75,000. Heritage Live, what are you thinking? You want to go to $75,000. One of the most iconic TV shows ever, 75,000, 80,000. 80,000, now to go to 85. One of the most iconic TV shows ever, most viewed. The Emmys and the Golden Globes abound in this. Mr. Alda also wrote several episodes, including the finale, directed them, all in these boots. Now, there it is. There's 85,000, 90,000, now to go to 95. I'm at 90,000, now to go to 95. 90,000, and directed the show, presumably different shoelaces. I can't imagine they lasted 11 years, but here they are, the boots, 90,000, now 95,000. 90,000 now to go to 95. We do have payment plans we can work out. 90,000 now to go to 95. 90 now to go to 95,000. I'm at 90,000. 90,000. Anybody else at 95,000? What do you say? You want to go to 95? 95,000. Fair warning. Anybody else beyond the 95,000? $100,000. Oh my gosh, 100,000. Don't let that scare you. 100,000 now to go to 110,000. 110,000. Really, I tell you, the quintessential water cooler show. Don't you think? I mean, one of the big water cooler shows, and you know what I mean by that. Everyone's talking about it the next day. Right here, I'm at $100,000 now to go to 110,000. I'm at 100,000 now to go to 110. 100,000 out of 110. I'm feeling it for 110. I'm feeling it for 110. Think about next week, next month, next year. If you're going to say, you know what, we shouldn't have gone that extra 10 grand. You're going to say, thank heavens we went for it. I'm at 100,000 out of 110. 100,000 now, $110,000. One more bid. What do you say? What do you say? Get emotional, buy in, get this lot for $110,000. One more try. Anybody else? 100,000 now, 110. 100,000 now, 110,000. Fair warning. Don't shake no, shake yes. Don't shake no, shake yes. Fair